so I'll pop this down, we'll get the music on and we'll start. Right. Okay, let's get that music going then. Oh, what have I done here? There we go. I'm there. It's Monday, Kelly, that's what it is. Not awake yet, are we? Okay, so let's get ourselves into position then, guys. So heels together for me. And then we're just going to take those heels apart. Make sure we've got that nice hip distance between those feet. Those good, straight, strong legs. And then we want to just engage our core. So take that nice, big, deep breath in. Holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. Just going to give those shoulders a roll back and down. And then finding that neutral position. So diamond fingers pointing down. We're going to rock those hips forward to A. We're going to work them back to C. And then we're going to find that nice B neutral position. Just holding it there. And again, just lift and roll those shoulders back and down. And we're just going to take a few big deep breaths in. And exhale. And again, nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Lovely. Let's take our head back. Center. Take it over to the right side. Center. Work it over to the left side. Center. Let's just drop the head down. Bring that chin in. And then we're going to roll down through the back. Working that all the way down to where it's comfortable for you. Relaxing that head and neck. Just holding it there. And then we just want to take a little bend in the knees, place the hands to the floor. Just going to walk our hands forward just until we feel the stretch in those calves. When you feel that stretch, just hold it there. Excellent. Just slowly working those hands back towards the toes. Once you've reached those toes, just take those legs straight. We're going to roll up through that back. So just rolling that back all the way up. Working that head up, lifting the arms through, and then we're just going to lean over to the left, and then center that. Let's lean it over to the right, and center. Let's just work those arms down to the side, and we're going to take the left arm over to the right side, stretching over, and we work the arm back over and up. Stretch that right arm over to the left side. Work that over and up. Just work that left arm in, and work that arm out. And take that right arm in. Work that arm out. Just bring your heels together for me. Turn your toes out. We work those arms into the center. We're going to rotate round to the right side. Just to where you're comfortable. Work that rotation through to the center. We're going to rotate it round to the left side. And then we're going to work that rotation through to the center. Taking those arms out to the side again. Left arm reaches over to the right side. Still keeping the heels together, toes out. Work that left arm over. Then we're going to work that right arm over to the left side. Working that arm back over. Let's work those arms back through to the center. Rotate round to the left side. And then just work that rotation back to the center. Rotate round to the right side. And then work that rotation through to the center. Lift those arms through to the ceiling. Lower. Both the arms out to the right, out to the sides. Work those arms in. We're going to take them down to the corners and back. Working those arms in. We're going to release the arms down. We're going to lift and roll those shoulders back and down. And the right shoulder. And then lift and roll that left shoulder. Both the shoulders. Let's extend the arms now. Work back, extending those arms. So with the right arm. And then with the left arm. And then we do both the arms. Excellent. Just lift lift, roll the shoulders back and down. Keep the heels together, toes out, down into a squat, work those arms forward, working that through and up. 3 more, taking it down, work the arms forward, work that through and up. 2 more, bending those knees, holding that core. Last one, down, bend through, work that up. Lift, roll those shoulders back and down, take the heels apart, back to your hip distance, place the hands to the waist, work that right leg out to the side, working, right leg out to the side, working, once more, out to the side. You can keep it to the floor if you wish. Raise your knee and lower, raise that knee and lower. We work that right leg forwards and in. So if the lift is too much, just stretch it forwards to the floor and in. Once more, working forwards and in. Raise that knee, hold, out to the side, work that in and lower. Raise the knee, work it out to the side, work that in and lower. Let's take the leg back, stretching to the floor or lift it. And again, work it back and in. Last one, take it back. Work in, release the arms down into a squat. Lift up. And again, down into a squat. Lift up. Lift, roll the shoulders. And then we place the hands onto the waist. We take that left leg out to the side and in. So you can keep it to the floor or lift it. Work it out. In. Raise that left knee up and lower. Raise that left knee, lower. Work that right leg forwards and in. Make sure you're really stretching those legs. Work that left leg forwards and in. Last one, forwards and in. Just raise that knee, hold it there, out to the side if you can manage. Through to the center, work in. Raise that knee, holding that core, out to the side, work that in and lower. Let's take that left leg back, stretching back, working, stretching back, working. Last one, stretching back, working. Take it down into the squat, lift through and up. And again, down into a squat, lift through and up. Roll the shoulders back, and then roll those shoulders forward. Right shoulder roll back, then work that shoulder forwards. Left shoulder roll back, then work that shoulder forwards. Let's extend those arms. So we work back, and then we work forwards. Just with the right arm, roll back. Stretch that arm as you extend, roll forwards. Left arm, extend, roll back. And then extend, roll forwards. We're going to take our head back. Center, over to the left side. Center, over to the right side. Center, just drop the chin down and we're going to roll down through that back again, just rolling down to where is good for you, relaxing that head and neck. Hold it there. Take a little bend in those knees again, place the hands to the floor. We walk the hands forward till we feel the stretch in the calves, and then I want you to just hold it there, feel that stretch. And then I want you to just raise your right heel from the floor, so you're extending the calf, stretching that left calf. Release that right heel down. Then we raise that left heel to extend that right calf stretch. Excellent. Let's release that left heel down. Let's walk the hands slowly back towards those toes. And then once you've reached your toes, take the legs straight. And we want to roll up through that back. So slowly rolling up. Lifting that head, extending through with those arms. And then releasing those arms all the way down. Lift, roll those shoulders back and down. Take a nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Excellent, well done. So hopefully you're a bit stretched out, ready for the session. So we just get my mat down. We're going to start on our fronts on all fours. We're going to start with an elbow plank hold up into a pike with our elbow plank. I'll run through it, don't worry. Then we're going to do some work with the glutes. Shell pose, we'll do some work with the glutes. And that's what we're going to start with. So let me just run through it first. So as I said, it's an elbow plank hold. Then we go up into a pike, which we have done before. So you rest onto your arms and elbows. You take your legs back, coming up onto those toes. Make sure when you're doing your elbow planks, you keep that bottom down. You don't want it lifted up when you're holding. You want to keep it down. So we're going to hold in our elbow plank position for 6. Then we're going to go into a pike. So you're basically lifting your hips up for 2. So we lift up, 2, and down, 2. So lifting those hips up, 2, and down, 2. Then you're going to release to the knees and just shell pose to release. We come up on all fours. We're going to work with the right leg first, and you're going to extend that right leg back. Then we're going to lift it up and lower it. So you're lifting that leg up higher, working those glutes and lower. You're going to do 4 of the lift and lowers. Then you're going to work your knee out to the side, bringing it to the elbow, towards the elbow. So you work that knee in, bending it in towards the elbow. Then you take it out and stretch up. You pull that knee into the elbow, towards it, don't have to touch it. Stretch that leg out and up, okay? You'll do that 4 of those. In, stretching that up. When you've done 4, you'll release it down and work that knee back in. You'll shell pose, and then you'll repeat and do the same on the left leg, okay? So it's the elbow plank hold. If you don't want to do the pike, if you struggle with that, then just keep holding the elbow plank. Don't lift the hips up and lower. You can just keep with the hold if you struggle with that one. Okay, so there is that option to just keep at that low level by holding. Okay, so let's get ourselves into positions then. So we rest onto our arms and elbows. Make sure you take your knees back. Okay, and then before we lift onto the toes, we're going to engage our core, but just remember to keep your bottom down when you're holding. Okay, so let's engage that core. Take that nice big deep breath in. Hold that core nice and tight then as you exhale out. Then we're going to come up onto those toes. Make sure that bottom's down. We hold 1. We hold 2. We hold 3. We hold 4. Hold 5. Hold 6. So you can stay with the hold. Keep your core engaged. Or you lift your hips up. 1, lift 2, lower the hips. 1, lower 2, and again the core engaged. Lift the hips. 1, lift 2, lower the hips. 1, lower 2. Released onto your knees. Shell pose just to release those arms and those shoulders, and then we're going to bring it up onto all fours. So up onto all fours, just make sure you got those knees hip distance, back nice and flat, head in line with that spine. And then we're going to just engage that core again, so take that nice big deep breath in. keep that core fully engaged as you exhale out, so holding that as we exhale. When we're ready, with our right leg first, we lift and we extend that leg back, so fully extend it back, we hold it there, and then we're going to lift that higher and lower. Nice and controlled. Lift and lower, so really squeeze the glutes here, you're working your glutes. Lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. And we're going to pull that knee out to the side towards the elbow, so work that knee in, and then we extend that leg back and up. We work down, work it out to the side, the knee towards the elbow. We work that back, extend it up. 2 more. Work that knee out to the side towards that elbow. Extending back and up. 1 more. Working that knee into the elbow. Extending back and up. Release that leg down. Work that knee in. Shell pose, just to release those arms. Just feel those glutes both sides working. And then we're going to come back up onto all fours. Just take a breath to engage that core. Hold tight as you exhale out. Keep your back flat. With the left leg now, we're going to extend that left leg back. And then we're going to lift that leg higher and lower. Lifting higher and lower. Nice and controlled. 2 more. Lifting and lower. Last one then. Lift and lower. Now we're going to take that knee out to the side towards the elbow, work that knee out, and then we extend that leg back, lifting up. And again, we work that knee in towards the elbow, and then extend that leg out and up. So that knee is working out to the side towards the elbow. Again, work that out to the side towards the elbow. Extending that leg out, reaching up. 1 more. Working that knee in. Extending that leg back and up. Lower that leg and then work that knee in. We sit back to shell pose and release. Excellent, well done. So that should have got the core and the glutes a little bit warmer this morning. We're going to lay onto our side now, and we're going to go into a sideline open door, and then we're going to work with the legs. So I'm going to run through it first. Now, if anybody has vertigo or inner ear problems, the sideline open door can sometimes aggravate that. So there's another move that you can do. If it does aggravate, you'll do the other move. So I'll just run through these first. So let's have our knees at a 90-degree angle in front, feet forward, okay? And for the open door, you rest your head down and the arms extend out in front. Then we're going to lift that arm up and we work the arm back, but you don't want your hips to roll back. So if your arm goes too far back, then your hips roll, which you don't want. So only take the arm to where you can, keeping those hips in that nice still position. And then we work that arm back over. But you want to really lengthen the arm, stretch out those fingers, get that good stretch. So that's the sideline open door, but as I say, if you struggle with vertigo or inner ear problems, then we're going to do an oblique curl up. So still keep the knees on that 90-degree angle, but turn the head and rest that flat into your mat, and not hands rest to the side of your head. And you're just going to curl up, and you're going to lower the curl down. So while we're doing the open door, you do a set of oblique curl-ups. Just a nice controlled pace with the lift and the lower, the eyes up to the ceiling, the chin off the chest. So you keep your legs in the same position, but your head is flat to your mat with your hands rested to the side of the head. Once we've done the open door of the oblique curl-ups, just bring your arm out and your supporting hand out in front, and then I want your knees to go back and your legs to go back as if you were doing a side plank, level 1 legs. And you're going to either keep your feet to the floor for a level 1 option. For level 2, you lift your feet, but if you lift your feet, you may need to make sure they stay together. So level 1 feet on the floor, level 2 lifted feet with the feet together. What we're actually going to work with is our top leg. We're going to lift up 1, lift 2, lift 3, lift 4, and slowly lower the legs. So if you've got your feet to the floor, they stay together. But if you want to lift them to make it slightly harder, you lift just the feet, and then you do exactly the same. So lift 1, lift 2, lift 3, lift 4, and slowly lower. So you've got the level 1 and level 2 option on that. So we do a set of those, okay? So let's go back to our legs in front, knees in front, 90-degree angle, shins parallel, feet forward. Either open door, arms extended forward, or the oblique curl-ups, turn the head flat into your mat and rest those hands to the side of the head, and you just curl up and lower, okay? So let's all engage our core. So into whichever move you're doing, open door or oblique curl-ups, and then we're going to take that nice big deep breath in, holding that core nice and tight then as we exhale out. When you're ready, either curl up or you lift that top arm up and you stretch out that arm and those fingers. You work that all the way back to where you can, keeping those hips nice and still. So get that lovely stretch. And then once you've reached that position, you're going to just slowly lift up the arm back over. Work that all the way down. If you're doing your oblique curl-ups, just do a nice controlled lift and lower, and just keep doing that while we're doing the open door. Holding your core, we lift that arm, the open door, and we work that all the way up, and we take that arm all the way back, nice and controlled. Focus on keeping your core engaged, the hips nice and still. Lift that arm all the way back over, working that all the way down. If you're doing your oblique curls, make sure you're keeping your core engaged, your eyes up to the ceiling, and keep it nice and controlled on the lift and lower. One more open door then, holding your core, lifting that arm all the way up, and we take that arm all the way back. Make sure you're really lengthening that arm, stretching the hands, fingers, hips are nice and still. And then we just want to work that arm up and back over, keeping it nice and controlled, working that all the way over and back down. Excellent. Once that hand's reached down, just bring that bottom arm out and rest your head down, supporting hand out in front. And then we take those knees and legs back, feet together. Either keep your feet on the floor or take your feet and lift them up for level 2. Okay, so level 1 feet to the floor, level 2 lifted. I'll start with my feet to the floor. Take a nice big deep breath in to engage your core. Hold that core nice and tight as you exhale out. Excellent. When you're ready then, we lift that top knee and we lift up 1. Lift 2. Lift 3. Squeeze the glutes. Lift 4. And then slowly releasing that knee all the way down. Make sure your core is fully engaged. Keep your feet to the floor for level 1 or lifted for level 2 and the feet together. Again, we lift that top knee 1, lift that top knee 2, lift 3, lift 4, and we slowly release that knee down. Keeping it nice and controlled. So we're going to do 2 more. I'm going to lift my feet now to level 2. When you're ready, we lift that top knee. 1, lift 2, lift 3, lift 4. Slowly releasing that knee down, keeping your core fully engaged, squeezing those glutes. Last one then, either feet to the floor or lifted. We lift that top knee 1, lift 2, lift 3, lift 4, and slowly lower that top knee all the way down. Keeping that core fully engaged. Once that top knee is released down, if you have your feet lifted, release those feet to the floor. Excellent. So you should have felt that in those thighs and those glutes. Okay, we're going to lay onto our back. We'll do the other side in a second. We're going to lay onto our back and take our arms out to scarecrow. So we're going to do some knee rolling and some curl ups. So what I want you to do, we're going to run through it first. We're going to extend our left leg out. So we extend, slide that forward and extend that out. Then I want you to lift that through to the ceiling so it comes in line with that right knee. Then we're going to go into knee rolling. So we're going to roll over to the right side. Okay, so that left leg's extended but the right knee's bent. And then you're going to roll that back to the center. And then you're going to release that left leg down. And then you'll slide it back in. And then we'll do the same with the right leg. We slide it out, extend up. Then we roll over to the left side. Take it as far over as you can. Bring that through to the center. Lower the leg and slide it in. We'll repeat that. Then you're going to bring your hands to the side of the head, eyes focused up. And we're going to curl up 1, curl up 2, curl up 3, and you're going to slowly lower the curl. Okay, you'll do a set of those. So get yourselves into positions for me. So laying onto your back with your scarecrow arms. Have your back in its nice neutral position. And then we're just going to take a nice big deep breath in to engage that core. Holding that core nice and tight as we exhale out. When you're ready then, lift that left foot from the floor and just slide that leg slowly forwards. So we extend that leg out. We lift that through to the ceiling so it comes in line with that right knee. We then slowly roll over to the right side, working that all the way over to where you can, keeping that left leg extended, holding that core really tight, and then we roll slowly back through to the center, keeping that leg extended, focusing on that core position. And then we release that left leg down, nice and lengthened. And then we slide that leg back in, place that foot down. Checking your core positions engaged, lift your right foot from the floor. We slide that right leg forwards, fully extending that out. We lift that through to the ceiling, lengthening as we lift through. And then we just roll over to the left side. So work that as far over as you can go and hold it there. really engaging that core. We then roll that back through to the center, nice and controlled, don't go too quick. And then we release that straight leg down. And then we slide that right leg back in. Placing that foot down, just check your core, take a breath if you need to, hold as you exhale. And again, lift that left leg from the floor, left foot, and we slide that leg forwards. Make sure you're fully extending that leg as you slide forwards. We lift through to the ceiling, lengthening through, and then we roll all the way over to the right side. So you roll that as far over as you can go, holding it there, feel that lovely stretch. Keeping that leg lengthened on that left leg, holding your core position, and we roll through to the center, keeping it nice and controlled. Remember, as you roll to the center, don't lift through too quickly. Lower that left leg down, and then we're going to just slide that back in, holding that core position. Place that foot down, lift that right foot from the floor. We slide that leg forwards, fully extending, and then we lift through to the ceiling, making sure we lengthen as we lift through. And then again we roll over to the left side, as far over as you can go. Feel that lovely stretch, holding it there, keeping that core really engaged here. Slowly roll through to the center, and then just releasing that straight leg all the way down. And then we slide that leg all the way back in, place that foot to the floor, and then I want you to bring your hands to the side of the head, eyes focused up. Take a breath in to engage that core. Hold tight as we exhale. We curl up 1, curl 2, curl 3, and slowly lower the curl. Make sure your core is fully engaged. Again, we curl 1, curl up 2, curl 3, and slowly releasing that curl down. Nice and controlled, engaging. Last one then. Curl up 1, curl 2, curl 3, and slowly releasing the curl down. Excellent, release those arms away. Lovely, well done. So when you're ready then, we're going to just take it over and lay on the other side to do the open door or the oblique curl-ups. If you can't do that open door, you've got your oblique curl-ups. Then we go into the legs, working those thighs and those glutes. So, knees in front at a 90-degree angle, feet forward, shins parallel with your mat or your carpets, whatever you're doing them on. Rest your head down, open door arms, both those arms extend out in front, really lengthened, or oblique curl-ups. Turn your head, lay that flat into your mat and the eyes up, and just rest your hands to the side of the head. And as I say, it's just slowly curling up and then slowly releasing the curl down while we're doing the open door. Okay, so into whichever move you're doing, into those positions, and then we're engaging that core. So take that nice big deep breath in, holding that core lovely and tight. Then as we exhale out, when you're ready, either your curl up or lifting your top arm, lengthening that arm, stretching out the hands and the fingers. We lift that up, working that all the way back. Remember, only to where you can, keeping your hips nice and still. Lovely stretching. Then we just lift that arm all the way back up and over, working that arm down, stretching out those hands and fingers, keeping that arm extended. Engaging through the core. Again, we lift that arm up, or you just go into your curl up and curl down. Making sure you're keeping the curl nice and controlled. If you're doing those oblique curl ups, you're engaging the core and the eyes are up. Take the arm back, keep those hips still on the open door, and then we work that arm all the way back over. We work that all the way back down, really lengthening, keeping nice and controlled with both moves, nice controlled pace. Last one then, check your core positioning, and then we lift that arm all the way up. Taking that back to where you can, keeping those hips still. With your oblique curl ups, make sure you're engaged through the core, the eyes are up. You're nice and controlled. We then bring the open door arm over and we work the arm all the way over and down. Once the arm's released down, take that bottom arm out and extend, and then rest your head onto that bottom arm, and then we're just going to have that supporting hand in front. Now we take the knees and the legs back, so into that level 1 side plank position we'd be doing with our legs. Okay, so keep your feet to the floor for level 1 or lifted for level 2. Okay, make sure your feet stay together. Let's engage through the core, take a breath in. Hold that nice and tight as we exhale out. When you're ready then, we take that top knee and we lift 1. We lift 2, we lift 3, lift 4, and slowly releasing down, squeezing those glutes, engaging that core. Feel those thighs working as well. And again, we lift that top knee 1, lift 2, holding your core really strong, hold 3, lift 4, and then slowly releasing that knee all the way down, nice and controlled. Either the feet to the floor or level 2 feet lifted. I'm going to go to level 2 now. Feet together, holding your core position. Lift the top knee 1, lift 2, lift 3, lift 4, and then slowly releasing that down, nice and controlled. That top knee lowers down. Make sure we keep our feet together, whether they're on the floor or lifted. Last one, engage that core. We lift that top knee 1, lift 2, lift 3, lift 4, and then slowly lowering that knee all the way down. Once you've released that knee down, if your feet are lifted, release them down to the floor. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go on to our backs to finish with then. So lay onto your backs, arms down to your side, and we're going to do some tabletop leg extends with some reverse curl ups. We haven't done them for a while, so we're bringing those back in. So tabletop legs, shins parallel, knees in line with the hips. We're going to extend our right leg forwards. We work that in. We're going to extend our left leg forward. Make sure your core is fully engaged on this one. Your back neutral working. Then you're going to reverse curl up. Now remember, if you really struggle, it's about just lifting the bottom if you really struggle. and releasing down, okay? But if not, you reverse curl up. So you lift the bottom up and curl, and then you slowly lower the back and the bottom down. Okay, so it's an extend forward and in, a left extend forward and in, and if you can't curl all the way up, just lifting that bottom up to where you can and hold, or you curl all the way up, and then slowly, whether it's just a lift of the bottom or the full curl up, you slowly release the curl down. Don't push down with those hands on that curl up though, okay? So bring yourselves into that position for me, laying onto your back, arms down by your side, knees in line with the hips, shins parallel with the ceiling. We're going to keep our back neutral, and then we're going to take a breath to engage that core. Holding that nice and tight as we exhale out then. Lovely. When you're ready, extend your right leg forwards. Work that leg back in. Extend that left leg forwards. Really engage the core. Keep your back lovely and neutral. Work that leg in. Don't push down on the hands. Now use the bottom and the glutes. And we curl up just to lift at the bottom to where you can, or curl all the way up. And then slowly release the curl, or that lift of the bottom slowly lowers down, nice and controlled. Don't drop down really heavily. And back to tabletop legs, engaging that core. Extend your right leg forwards. Work that in. Keep your back neutral, holding that core strong. Extending that left leg forwards. Work that in. Now don't push down with the hands. Lower tummies in the glutes. And we curl up, or just lift the bottom up and hold, or curl all the way up. And then slowly releasing the curl or that bottom lift down. Legs to tabletop. Just draw your knees in. I want you to do that once more, but I want you to just release those legs for me. Once more then, tabletop. Take a breath to engage. Hold that tight as we exhale. Extend your right leg forwards. Work that in. Extend that left leg forwards. Work that in. So use the lower tummy and the core and the glutes. We lift the bottom up and hold, or we curl all the way up. And then we slowly release the curl, or slowly release that bottom down, and bring those legs to tabletop. Excellent. Bring those knees into your chest. Hold behind your thighs, close to the chest as you can. Just hold it there. And then just draw your knees right into your chest and just lift your bottom and hold. And then lower the bottom down and take those knees away. And again, pull those knees right to the chest and lift that bottom. Hold it there. And then just take those knees away and lower that bottom. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop out to the side. Bring the hands under the legs and just hold here. Take a breath in and exhale. Stretch your legs up to the ceiling, flex the feet, hold behind those thighs. So just flex those feet, point the toes down towards you, push those heels up to the ceiling, and feel the stretch down the back of those legs. Point the toes for me. And then just circle the feet round just to release your ankles. And then circle them round in the other direction. And then we're going to hold it there and flex that both of the feet and slowly release your right leg down. lengthen that leg but flex the foot, and then release that left leg down, flexing the foot, just lengthening those legs out. So push the heels away, toes towards you, take your arms up to the ceiling, stretch those hands up and fingers up, relax your head and neck, and I want you to just lift your shoulders, just a shoulder lift, relax your head and neck to your mat, and then sink those shoulders right down into your mat, so let them sink right down. And again, lift just the shoulders, pull those arms up, and then sink those shoulders all the way down. Then we're going to take those arms over the head. I want you to stretch out those hands and fingers, and now I want you to point through to your toes for me. Hold here and take a lovely big deep breath in. Exhale. And again, big deep breath in. As you exhale, just let your body relax into your mat. Perfect. When you're ready, you can roll onto your side and then up to seated, or you can come into a full roll up. So we take the arms over the head and roll up. So either onto your side and up, or a full roll up. Once you've got to a seated position, roll those shoulders, and then I want you to slowly bring yourselves through to a standing position. Nice and slowly for me. And then once you're up to standing, take those feet apart. Let's just give those shoulders another roll, and then just circle that head, and then round the other way, loosen out. Lovely, nice big deep breath in, and exhale. Excellent, big deep bend down. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that this morning. I hope you're feeling a bit more stretched out, and gets you ready for the day ahead, Monday, and the week ahead as well. So well done everyone for joining the session this morning. Just to let you all know that Friday I am going to be doing a live candlelit Pilates session. Really nice, relaxing, stretching one, ready to get you stretched and relaxed for your weekend. So if you haven't booked onto that and you want to do that, then you can click that. You can contact Kay, or I think it was on the newsletter where you click the link, because it is another private Facebook group. So join on to that if you want to get yourself nice and relaxed for the weekend. But hopefully today this has got you ready and raring to go for the day and the week ahead. And I really look forward to being with you all again next Monday for another session. So have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all again next week. Well done everyone.